Good morning, good afternoon, good evening internet, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Economical Rides. Look, I'm riding in the rain. I know. Who would have believed it? Actually, it was dry when I left home. Anyway, coming up today, we go for a very windy ride. I try the Relive app because I've just activated the 1 week trial, so we'll see how that works. That should give me an animated map of today's ride. And I'll also share my thoughts with you on the Super Meteor, which I shall be test riding imminently. Okay, let's go for a very windy ride. We should have the wind behind us most of the way now, so let's go. Oh, there will be a lot of sniffing in this one, by the way, because I forgot to bring a tissue and my nose is quite runny. So the wind is coming from my right at the moment, but that should be behind us most of the way once we get headed in the right direction. So I've got the Relive app recording. I did try the free version and that worked very well. So I just wanted to see whether the subscription version was significantly better. So we'll test that today. So at the end of this video, I'll put the animated map of this ride in there for you. Yeah, so as I mentioned in the intro, I spent yesterday degreasing the bike after the 12-month service. And just as I was about to start drying the bike off, after I'd finished cleaning it, just about to start drying it off, and it started raining, would you believe? And it wasn't supposed to rain yesterday, and then the rain turned to snow. So yeah, at the moment the weather's really rubbish and very unpredictable. So there I was with a bike that I just started drying off, and it was getting wetter quicker than I could dry it. So I very carefully rode it up to the garage, got it inside the garage, and I don't have a lot of room in there, but I did my best to finish drying it off in the garage. So when I left home today, the Classic was quite clean, possibly no longer, but I really wanted to ride today, and as I said, when I left home it was dry, but we've had some spots of rain coming out here, so I dare say the Classic will get dirty, but at least it's not grease, it's just road dirt, and I can hose that off fairly easily. So yeah, I was basically desperate to ride today, and I thought if the roads are dry, I knew it was going to be windy, but I thought if the roads are dry, I'm going to ride anyway. So we need to be careful today because the roads are just slightly moist, which is optimal greasiness really. So especially roads like these where there's a lot of mud and other stuff on them, they could be quite slippery, so we'll be careful today. But anyway, yeah, I was determined to ride today despite the wind. I knew it was going to be windy, but if the roads were dry, I decided we'd go out. So here we are. The roads are no longer dry, but we're out. We're getting to see some of the almond blossom is coming out, as you can see here. And you're on the helmet mount today, by the way. I fancy to change, so I can actually show you stuff as we go along. The almond blossom isn't quite fully out here yet, but it does vary from area to area. Some places it's in full bloom already. Here it hasn't quite got there yet. So it's not a nice day for going for a ride, but with the winter gear on, I'm not cold, and it's nice to be back out after a long time. This is it's been 2 weeks since I've been out. The only ride that I did in that time was the thrash to the dealer and back for the 12-month service for the Classic here, and that was obviously tedious and boring because I had to take the motorway. So it's good to be out actually enjoying the bike again despite the weather. But I'm sure it's a novelty for you to see me out riding in cold, damp, windy, miserable conditions. Hopefully that will cheer you all up. It's not all sunshine and roses out here. It certainly hasn't been this month. It's been terrible. Really struggling to get videos made. So, long-time viewers of the channel will know this road. It's a road I rode quite a bit in the early days. It's not too far from home, and obviously with the weather being iffy today, I wasn't going to do a long trip. It's just a short one today, and just an opportunity for me to get reacquainted with biking after an enforced time off. So yes, I've spoken to the Royal Enfield dealer, my local Royal Enfield dealer, and the demo Super Meteor will probably be registered in the second week of February. So somewhere around that time I will be going out there to do a test ride. They've actually said they'll get in touch as soon as it's ready so that I can make an appointment. So I'm looking forward to that, although I do worry that it could end up being an expensive trip. At the moment I'm supposed to be saving up for a bike for the trails, and I do worry that if I like the Super Meteor enough, that could throw all my plans out of the window and I might end up buying one. So we'll see. I mean, part of me's hoping actually that I don't get on with it, so that way I can stick to my original plan. But I'm going into it with an open mind. I'm not desperate to get it, but if it convinces me, then I think I can make it happen. So we'll see how that goes. But when I do the test ride, I will try and record it for you. And then after that I shall have a talk with the dealer if I like the bike, and see what my options are for buying one. Oh, it's almost sunshine. It's more like it. Yeah, but the wind that's coming from my right, it's calmed down a bit, but coming out here I was riding directly into that wind, and I was down into 4th gear and I was struggling to keep 80 kilometers an hour in 4th gear, and the wind was just pushing me back all the time. So that was fun. There, sunshine, the sun's come out, excellent. How's the camera lens? Oh, it's alright, yeah, there's no rain on the lens, that's good. So as I mentioned earlier, at the end of this video, if it's worked properly, I will include the Relive animated app in case you're not familiar with it. I was actually made aware of it by Saddlebags. He featured it in a recent video, and I thought, oh, that looks good, because this one always sneaks up on me. I thought that looks good because I always spend far too much time with my animated maps. So in theory, this is it's kind of an app that I imagine was developed for walking and cycling, so you could basically just record your route, upload, and then it uploads. When you finish recording, it uploads to a server, and the server generates an animated map using map data. So yeah, that should be pretty good if it works. Yeah, the roads are dry here. Looks like this little spot avoided the rain altogether. So this road takes us back into Sauron, and from there I'll switch the camera off and head back home. Yeah, I had all sorts of problems today. It just wasn't my day. So this is the life of a YouTuber. Right, so I was determined to get out, and I thought, well, if I go out, I know it's going to be windy, so it's not going to be great for the audio, but I'm sure my viewers will forgive me that. And I didn't have any other video for you for this week, so I thought I'll go out and I will record. Fair enough. So I had all my vlogging gear installed and ready to go. I got on the bike, got just to the roundabout down the end of our road, and the left-hand mirror drooped down, and I thought, oh no. So I had a look, and it was just literally that the top nut that loosened off, probably during the thrash on the motorway actually to the dealer, because it was revving hard the whole time. So I imagine that's probably what did it. It probably wasn't done up super tight, and those vibrations for that prolonged period of time probably loosened it enough. So then I had to turn around, go back home, open the garage, get the tools out, set the mirror properly. All of this with my biking gear on, and obviously it's my winter gear, it's heavy gear, so yeah, that was enjoyable. So we got that sorted, set off again, second time of asking. Fine. Get off the bike when I arrive at my destination for the start of the recording. Got off the bike, did a couple of intros, and every time the GoPro just switched itself off after a few seconds. I thought, oh, that's delightful. Anyway, the final time it happened, I managed to see in the mirror that the message that was popping up was battery too low. Well, the battery is at 100%, so yeah, I've heard that that's a fairly common problem. I think it's just when you have a slightly dodgy battery. Fortunately, I had spare batteries, so I don't have to take the camera off the helmet, faff about, take the media mod off so I could get at the battery, put another battery in, put the media mod back on, then put the camera and media mod on the helmet, then check the angle again. So yeah, it was like one of these days where I thought, somebody doesn't want me to go out today. But I persevered, and we got there in the end. We're still recording, nearly 14 odd minutes in now. So obviously this battery doesn't have an issue, and the other battery's probably a bin job, I'm guessing. It looks like you guys in the UK have had some decent weather for a change in the last couple of weeks, where I've been struggling to get out and haven't been able to get out. I've heard a few of you have had some nice weather and you've been out enjoying your bikes again, so that's good to hear. But yeah, this year in Spain the winter has started early, and it's been pretty harsh. It's been very cold. We've had lots of crazy wind, and yeah, a fair amount of rain already really. The rain doesn't normally start until March, and then it lasts through till May. So yeah, it's not been good this year, not at all. I mean, normally at this time of year I don't struggle to make videos. Usually there's a few sunny days, but not at all this year. It's just been absolutely horrific. Oh, this looks like some muck on the road. No, it's not, it's just a stain. Weird. I'll avoid it anyway. There we go. Yeah, so hopefully you're all getting out wherever you are in the world and enjoying your bikes. I know the people in North America are definitely not getting much riding in at the moment. Lots of snow and unpleasantness to cope with. So hopefully you'll come out the other side of that soon. Now this is really enjoyable after such a long time. Not actually enjoying the bike. As I said, I did go to Almeria, so that was a 4-hour trip, but it was just motorway and straight roads. It was dead boring, so I didn't really enjoy it. It was just a slog. But this is more like it. This is what the Classic was made for. Gentle cruising through the countryside. Lovely jubbly. Here's some more almond blossom. A bit more down here. We'll have to come down here on a nice day this year and have a proper look. Stick around till the end. Ruby will be getting a sausage. So hopefully the weather will be okay and I'll be able to get another video to you next week, but we are getting into that time of the year now when it does tend to rain a lot, so it might be tricky, but I'll see what I can do. And other than that, yeah, after that the next video up should be the test ride. I certainly won't be doing the test ride if it's raining, so I should be able to record that for you. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. My main concern with the Meteor really is the Super Meteor, is I think it might be too heavy for me. I only say that because my garages and around my house everywhere is gravel. We don't have tarmac, and I do have to paddle my bikes about a bit on the gravel, and I can do that with the Classic and the Meteor, no problem. It might be a bit trickier with the Super Meteor. And of course, if I lose my footing while paddling a heavy bike, I could end up in a heap, which would make me cry. It would make me cry a lot. So one of the things I will be doing when I do the test ride is definitely a paddle test to see if I can move the bike about without power, and I think that will probably be the major obstacle to me wanting to have one. I think we'll call this one a video. Thank you very much for watching. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're a real fan and you want to be informed of any new uploads I make immediately, you can hit the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching, and over to Ruby. Oh no, over to the map and then over to Ruby. Yeah, we'll do that. Over to the map and then over to Ruby. Bye bye. Blimey, Ruby, it's very windy. Would you like a sausage? I said, would you like a sausage? Silly question. Look, these are from Simon and Zen sausages. So, hang on. Sausages. Thank you, Simon and Zen. It's windy.